Welcome to Healthy RV Living, which is all about helping you live your mobile lifestyle to its fullest. On HRVL, you'll see videos with cooking, fitness, and even local travel. Make sure you check out healthyrvliving.com for more. Today's episode is going to be a quickie. It's a very simple salad made from tomato, cucumbers, and red onion. It's a very clean and crisp, not much going into it, and I really like to serve it with robust meats or anything that has a lot of flavor separately. So this is a nice vegetable dish on the side just to keep things bright and crisp. All right, so this is everything we're gonna put in right here, plus a little bit of salt. I'm not going to be putting any dressing on this because it is going to be a side item to something that's pretty heavy in flavor. And one thing that I want to point out is the ratios don't exactly matter, like the amounts. So whatever you have in your fridge, depending on how many people you're serving with that. I'm using about 10 ounces of cucumber, 10 ounces of tomato, and just a couple ounces of red onion. So I really like these little hothouse cucumbers. They're the mini style. You could use a big hothouse cucumber, and what I do is I have it and then I quarter it, and then I just do a nice small chop all the way through. And I'm going to do that to all of the cucumbers. And then the tomatoes, same concept. I'm going to have it and then quarter it. And I like to have these tomatoes quartered because it's really awkward to eat a salad if you try to stick a fork in and like tomato juice squirts everywhere. You have to put the whole thing in your mouth and it pops. So I really like having it sliced up in this fashion. And then with the red onion, same idea. You just want to have these you want to dice up really small so you don't get a big potent bite of onion. So just a nice tiny little dice like that will do ya. I'm gonna get all these diced up and then we'll mix it together. I underestimated my container size needed, so I'm just switching this out for a bigger one. And we're just gonna mix it all together. When you're adding in the tomatoes, you want to be careful and just gently fold those in. Don't be super aggressive with your stirring because you don't want to crush all the tomatoes. You can see that these cherry tomatoes that I'm using actually do have quite a bit of liquid and seeds in them. I like to use these on the vine tomatoes. I've been really fond of them lately. I just really like the flavor. I feel like they're a little bit more sweet and more intense than regular grape tomatoes. But you could also use regular tomatoes or like Roma tomatoes. And if you're going to do that, just scoop out some of the seeds so it's not as liquidy. Same thing if you don't have a hothouse cucumber and you're working with a regular cucumber, I would peel it and then I would cut it in half and I would scoop out the seeds so that your salad doesn't get super watery. And then my final tip that relates to being watery is seasoning. So if you were to add salt to this right now, you would, if you were to let it sit with the salt is going to extract water from the vegetables. So I would wait to salt it until you're serving it. And if you are going to serve this whole thing for like a family or multiple people, go ahead and season the entire dish. But if you're just going to take a scoop out for yourself and then maybe have this last the whole week, I would season it as you go so that it doesn't get soggy and watery in the refrigerator. As I mentioned, I'm going to be pairing this with a shawarma chicken and my lemon garlic yogurt. Both of those dishes are super flavorful. So this is going to be really refreshing as a nice contrast to those. You could add in anything to this, whether it's meat, quinoa. You could add in some chickpeas if you wanted something vegan. That would be really, really good. And just really use your imagination. But I love to have salads that don't involve greens. And that's a good way to challenge yourself if you're trying to eat more vegetables and you hate salads. Try salads that are chopped vegetables that don't have greens in them. And you might find that you're a salad fan after all. So check out the blog healthyrvliving.com for the full recipe and other recipe ideas, and we'll see you on the next video.